Welcome to your Tee Time Tip. I'm Terry Miskolci, Director of Instruction for Brown Golf here in Bluffton, South Carolina. Today, we're going to be talking about the nasty hook. How to stop that ball from getting away from you, really darting to the side, where the slice is a little bit different. We know if that hook starts, it's going to run like a rabbit down that fairway, but it could also run down the fairway into the trees or into the rough and then into the water. So let's come over and let's talk about how to control the draw or eliminate the hook altogether. So let's walk over to the practice tee. Okay, we're standing here at the practice tee at Crescent Point, and we're asking, or answering, not really asking, but answering the question, where does the hook come from? And there's a number of areas that you as a golfer, if you're experiencing the hook, that it comes from a couple areas that you need to pay attention to. One is, remember, the angle of the golf club changes due to either how the hands are placed on the grip or how much tension the hands take at what part in the swing. And then we have to ask, why are the hands tightening in that area? So first of all, we take a look, and sometimes what the golfer does is that they begin to take the angle of the golf club unannounced. They set up with the angle of the golf club slightly closed. All right, so when you get the angle of the golf club and it's slightly closed and you set yourself up, you sometimes do that unintentionally because you're trying to avoid the slice, and all of a sudden you correct that, and now you leave the face of the golf club there thinking that that's the reason to eliminate the slice, and you find that the ball is going the other direction. But the two most common mistakes that a golfer makes, one is actually in setup, where when you set yourself up, now if I were going to stand and I look sideways at you, what you'll see is that the arms, rather than be in front of you, actually the arms tend to go closer to you. So when the arms go closer to you, what begins to happen is somewhere during the swing, your arms have to start to move away from you. And once the arms have to move away from you, then that begins to close the angle of the face of the golf club. Now that's one reason. The other reason is sometimes you hear the term the railway track theory. Now the railway track theory is a theory that's used where you put two lines down and you stand and the ball is between the two lines, and what you're doing is you're swinging the club head back between the two lines. So when you swing the club head back between the two lines, again, the arms start to move away from the body. When that begins to happen, you must hang on tighter. And anytime you start to hang on tighter, going into the backswing, you will close the angle of the face of the golf club. Why do you close it? Because this has to tighten. And any time that the hands and or the arms have to increase the tension on the backswing, anywhere during the backswing, you will begin to have the hand and arm go underneath, which turns the angle of the face of the golf club. So for any of you that are practicing trying to swing between the two lines, the club head between the two lines, get out of it, because it is the main reason why you will find the ball moving to the hook side of golf. Where the arms should be moving is the arms should be moving parallel to your body. And when they move parallel to your body, what begins to happen is that now the hand and arm and shoulder go through a correct rotation. I maintain the angle of the face of the golf club, and then I can continue moving that up to the top of the swing so that the club ends up being more parallel to the target line. And of course now you take all the pressure off the swing. So when that happens, then the body can start to move parallel to the target line, which brings the arm, the hand, and the golf club, and then brings it back online and takes you to your finish. So when we talk about hooking, the hook comes from changing the angle of the face of the golf club, and it changes because of either the golfer's arms are close enough to them that the arms have to swing away from you, and when they have to swing away from you, this has to tense, and when this begins to tighten, that begins to close. Anytime that you take this and you start to tighten, the arms and the hands all start to go under. That's what closes the face of the golf club. Ideally, the arm is supposed to start to move. And when it moves and it doesn't have a lot of pressure into it, you can maintain the angle of the hand, the arm, and the shoulder. It goes through a natural rotation, which means that's the angle of the face of the golf club when you get to the top of the backswing. But all you got to do is squeeze it, and once you squeeze it, then everything turns under. So two main culprits are the arms close to your body, when the arms should be in front of you, not beside you, and working the club head straight back from the ball. Both of them bring your arms away from your body and ends up closing the face of the angle of the golf club. So get yourself out of that, get the arms out in front of you, let the arms swing online, and you'll see the ball going in front of you. And that's your tee time tip for today. See you next week.